subject that is the nightmare for all us readers.
It is the reading slump.
Let's begin with, what is a reading slump? For me, a reading slump is when a reader cannot get into any books. You pick up a book, you read like 10 pages, you put it back down, you get another book, read 10 pages, put it back down, and it never ends. It just keeps going until you do something about it. When I was in a reading slump in October, I asked some of you guys what you did, and you gave me some really helpful suggestions. So I'll share these suggestions with you and also give you some suggestions I came up with. Gregly's Reads told me to read shorter books. So that's what I did. I read a shorter book and that actually really helped. Longer books not only take a little while to get into, but you keep reading and maybe it takes a long while to end. While when you read a shorter book, you just get into it really fast and everything happens and there is a climax and the book ends and that's all great, that's it. I'm not saying long books are bad, no they're not, I love long books, but sometimes it's good to read a shorter book that you get through by really fast. Amanda Holmberg told me that I should read fast-paced books, and yes, that also really helped. When you read a fast-paced book, everything is happening, stuff is going down, you don't know when it's gonna stop, it's really exciting. And sometimes in a slower-paced book, stuff happens, there's a lot of description. It's good at times, I really enjoy slow-paced books at times, like The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. But a fast-paced book is easier to get through and more exciting to read at times. So yeah, that was what you guys commented on my video, my October wrap-up in November TBR, when I told you guys that I was in a reading slump, and that actually really helped, so thank you all. And now I'll tell you guys some of my suggestions. The first one is, please, when you're in a reading slump, avoid classics. Classics are amazing books, you love them. I love classics, they're really good, they teach us amazing lessons. But when you read a classic, classics are usually slow-paced, and the writing sometimes is hard to understand, so you have to focus more on the book and sometimes go back and reread a page, reread a sentence. That's not as easy to get through as a young adult, fast-paced dystopia or any book like that. You should really try to avoid classics. Only if you love reading classics, that's the only thing you read, then read classics. But if you're like me and love all genres, then you would avoid classics and pick a shorter and fast-paced book. I also suggest you go out and buy new books. We all know the feeling when you come back from a bookstore and you have a bag full of books and you're just excited to read them all. And yes, that's what you feel even when you are in a reading slump, so that actually really helps, and it's really good to do that. So go out, buy some books because you get excited about them and eventually read them. I also say you should reread books. I don't reread books a lot because I don't think it is as exciting as it was the first time. But if you like rereading books, then reread a book you'll love again. And maybe it will help you get back to reading. So now I'll give you some suggestions of books to read when you are in a reading slump. The first one is Legend by Marie Lu. This is the first book in the Legend trilogy, and this book is not long at all. It's like 300 pages long, but it does have everything it needs inside. It is an amazing book. It is extremely fast-paced, and both the characters are really awesome, so you love the story, you love the whole mystery theme it has at times, and it's just really amazing, and I really recommend it. I would also recommend The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, not only because it is amazing, but because you fall in love with the characters and you fall in love with the simple yet amazing story, and you just get through this really fast. I read this book in like a day. It was just amazing, and today it is one of my favorite books of all time, so I really recommend it. I also recommend Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling because it is short, it is amazing, and it is so fun to read about. You just have a great time reading this and you're kind of sad when it ends, so it's really good. And last but not least, I recommend Percy Jackson the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Percy Jackson the Olympian series. It is a really short book and it is really fun, and you actually learn through this book. You learn Greek mythology, and it is a really big series, so when you finish reading it you always have more books in the series to read, and it's just fantastic, and I would really recommend this series because it's just amazing. So yeah guys, that was my video. I hope it helped now, or it will help you in the future if you are in a reading slump sometime soon. If you have ever been in a reading slump before, comment below and tell me how you got out of it, because I also really want to know. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.